after all of these bright, shiny objects, because there's always going to be new stuff that you can be utilizing in your business. But I want to make sure that you stay focused, because as entrepreneurs, our brains are like whizzing and popping all the time with all of this new stuff that we want to be doing. And actually, it's really important to stay focused and take action and stay in our lane. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. So I actually have a graphic that I created. Let me just see if I'm able to share this with you. But first of all, before I do share that with you, let me just talk about the fact that you really, really need to have an attraction system in your business. And I'm going to show you what that might look like for you. But first, I want to make it very, very clear that if you don't have your messaging and your offers really, really laid out with clarity on your website, and if you don't yet have some kind of system for collecting email addresses and nurturing people through your email list, then these methods that I'm going to talk to you about today will not work. You need to get the foundations in place first. So I can see people are joining. Let me just come over and say hi. Let me know if you feel like you have those things nailed. If you have your website in place and you feel like it has real clarity around your messaging and you're speaking and making an emotional connection with the people who visit your website, who could be your ideal prospects. And let me know if you have an email system set up. Say yes for a website, and say just say yes website, yes email, if you have those set up. There's no shame if you don't, because actually lots and lots of people don't have this set up. They're like years and years into their business, they don't have this stuff set up. Kate, I can see that you are joining. Mary, lovely to see you. Yes, you have a website. No, you don't yet have a system for collecting email addresses. So Mary, it might be a little bit different for you actually, because your clients are probably one-off clients, and they're not likely to keep coming back for more, and they know what they need and they kind of need it now. Kate, no, not yet, but I know that you are working on it and you're definitely making progress. Someone, I don't know who this is, it just comes up as Facebook user. It says, yes, you've got your email sorted, which is amazing. I assume then that you already have your website sorted if you're collecting email addresses. Mary says, I don't see any point to having emails for a celebrant, as once we have, yes, exactly. That's exactly what I think too. There's very few businesses actually that wouldn't benefit from that kind of system of being able to nurture your prospects and clients, because otherwise what you're having to do is go out and find new people every single time. But Mary is a celebrant, and so like you get married once and then you hope that you're not going to have to do it again. So those kind of things where it is literally just like a one-off. Rosemary, good to see you. Dawn, lovely to see you here. Jackie, you've just created a landing page and you need to sort out MailerLite. Awesome. That is really, really good progress. Okay, so you guys, at least you know what it is that you are needing to sort out. And by the way, for those of you who don't have that sorted out yet, if you need either of those elements in your business, either a website or a funnel which takes people to your email list, please go ahead and message me, because I have some really exciting stuff going on. So I'm setting up a new beta course at the end of, it's starting at the end of February, for those of you who want a website up and running really, really fast. And also my next funnel experience group, which is still going to be at beta pricing, is going to start at the beginning of March. So do let me know if you are interested in either of those. But let's dive into the pieces of the puzzle. Once you've got those pieces in place, once your foundations are solid and you are really happy that they are starting to bring you in prospects and leads, then let's have a look at what you can be doing to create more momentum with some kind of attraction system in your business. So let me just come in and let me share this, if I can go ahead and share it. So this is what an attraction system could look like, which I'm calling the momentum method, because once you have this, you gather real momentum in your business. So hopefully you are seeing this. Yes, you should be able to see it. Let me talk you through it. So the first thing that you want to be doing is creating some kind of evergreen content. And this is where people fall down, because they're like, I don't have time for doing that because I'm too busy doing all the other stuff. But actually your evergreen content, these are things like your blog posts, your podcast episodes, your YouTube videos, they can be bringing you in clients for years after you have posted them. So I have some blog posts that are 4 years old that are still bringing me visitors to my website, bringing me affiliate income, and bringing me inquiries every single week. So this kind of evergreen content is absolutely golden. Yes, it does take a little bit of time to put together a system and get into the routine of creating this on a regular basis. But if you're putting out a piece of evergreen content on a regular basis, you will start seeing massive benefits from it. So evergreen content is the first pillar of your momentum method. And the second one is your social media marketing. So this is what we all feel like we should be doing all the time. And lots of people get overwhelmed with where they should be showing up. But actually, you just want to choose one platform. Especially if you're just starting out, you don't need to be everywhere. It feels like lots of the big guys are everywhere, but that's because they have a team behind them, and they're not even showing up hardly. And if they do, they're just being repurposed across all the different platforms. So social media marketing, just pick one. This is like your Facebook, whether that's your profile, your page, or your group, show up in there, or your Instagram or YouTube or TikTok or whatever is your jam. Pick one and go with it and do it well. The problem when we try to do all of them is that we end up really not mastering any of them, and it takes us much longer to gain traction. So figure out where your ideal audience is hanging out, go and join them over there and show up. So that's your social media marketing. And your social media marketing, really, I think most of us would prefer not to be having to show up. Lots of people love doing their dancing reels and all this kind of stuff, but a lot of people feel like they don't have anything to say, or they feel like fear of judgment in terms of their visibility, or they just have too much stuff, so they feel overwhelmed with the idea that they need to be doing other stuff as well, such as social media marketing. But this can just pour rocket fuel onto your systems if you've got them working. So if you have your website that is attracting your ideal audience, and if you have your funnel in place, which is bringing people onto your email list, and then you're nurturing them on your email list on a regular basis, then your social media marketing is literally just going to really fire up the flame under that, and is going to give you massive momentum. The third thing is collaborations. And for those of you, so I can see Rosemary is in here. I'm just having a look to see if anybody else is in the funnel experience. But for those of you who are in the funnel experience, you've got my mini course, which is Places to Pitch. And this is about collaboration. So this is about showing up on other people's podcasts. This is about showing up as a guest expert in other people's groups. This is about showing up on other people's blog posts as a guest blogger. So collaborations can be really powerful, but it can always also be things like lead magnet swaps that you do with other people who are in a similar kind of space to you. They have a similar audience, but they're not direct competitors. So things like this can really help you grow your list fast. And so collaborations are a great way for you to focus on list growth. And honestly, if you're not doing any kind of outreach to potential collaborators, it might be something that you want to have a look at, maybe doing maybe 5 outreaches a month, and just set yourself a target of what you want to be doing in terms of the amount of outreach. And not all of them are going to work out, but if you're doing 5 a month, probably one of those is going to say yes. That's 12 a year. And those 12 collaborations a year can massively increase your reach and your visibility. So, and with that reach and visibility then comes prospects into your world, and then they come onto your email list, and you can nurture them in the way that you're nurturing everybody else through your system that you've already got set up. And finally is paid marketing. This is paid advertising, things like your Facebook ads, your Instagram ads, your Google ads. Now, I know that not everyone is ready for this. So this is definitely the 4th pillar, and this comes after you know everything else is working, because your system has to be working in order for you to actually start putting any money behind it, because otherwise you're literally just throwing money. So you want to make sure that all of your funnels are set up properly before you put any paid ads behind it. So the paid ads kind of comes a little bit later, but what paid ads does for you is it just puts you in front of so many more people, and it increases your reach exponentially. And for those people that you are seeing who are promising you the 30K months, the 100K months, all this kind of stuff, they have got ads behind them. And so they might be promising you the earth, but it's not going to happen if you don't have the audience yet, and if you don't have the foundations in place. So this is where the bright, shiny object syndrome comes in, because we get pulled into this, oh my God, I want a 30K month, I want a 100K month. But it can't happen for you if you don't have everything else really grounded. And so I'm going to encourage all of you to really get steadfast in your idea of where you want to take your business, and that you don't need to show up doing all of this stuff. So you don't need to be, if we look at the evergreen content circle, you don't need to be blogging and podcasting and vlogging, putting your videos on YouTube. You don't need to do all of those things, but just choose one of them. So choose one out of all of these pillars. So you could write a blog post once a week if blogging, if writing is your thing. If you're really great on video, then vlog. Or if you're really good at having conversations, then make sure that you're getting onto podcasts, or you're putting out your own podcast. So that, just choose one of those. And then from the other pillar, your social media marketing, choose one platform and promote that evergreen content, really promote it hard. So you're not having to reinvent the wheel. You're creating that one piece of evergreen content, and then your social media marketing is doing a lot of the hard work in terms of driving people to it. And so is your email list. And then your collaborations, make sure that you set an intention for how many collaborations and outreaches you're going to do every month, to make sure that you start reaching that audience. And it's free. And also, if you do collaborations where it's a win-win, there's no reason for people to say no. So those are some of the pillars of your momentum method. And I would love to see some of you starting to put this in place. I'm going to really reiterate the fact that, again, that you need to have your solid foundations in place, because you can throw as much of this stuff and hope some of it's going to stick. But if you don't have your messaging, if you don't have real clarity around your messaging and who you're speaking to and how you're going to make that emotional connection, none of this is going to work for you. You're going to end up bringing a lot of people into your world and not get anything out of it. And that's hugely frustrating and disheartening. So you need to make sure that those foundations are in place. And once they are, then make sure that you start gaining momentum with bringing people into your online ecosystem so that you can get seen and you can actually start selling. Because if you're not being seen, it's difficult for you to start selling. And if you're not selling, then you don't have a business. So you need to make sure that you get all of these pieces in the puzzle. So let me just go ahead and have a look, see if I've got any questions in here. So maybe this is Dawn. I have set up rebranding and creating new lead magnets. Absolutely. Don't feel like you've got to create a whole load of lead magnets. One really, really good lead magnet is going to be powerful enough to make sure that you have people coming into your world. Jackie, thank you. I think you've tagged somebody. That's good of you to share it. Thank you. Rosemary, you've got a few collaborations lined up now. That's awesome. Louisa, let me just see. Thanks. Really useful reminder about what we need to prioritize in the early days of our businesses. Absolutely. Because honestly, it's so easy to run after all the stuff. It's like we see people absolutely crushing it on TikTok, and it's like, oh my God, I'm going to ditch my Instagram account that I've just spent 6 months building up, and I've got, I feel like I'm really comfortable over there, and now I need to shift my focus over to TikTok because everybody's crushing it. Well, no, don't. Get your Instagram up and running and do some really, really great solid work with it. Master it, get good at it, and then start repurposing your stuff over onto TikTok. And I'm not saying that's what you have to do, but if that's the way that you're feeling, like you're feeling pulled, then make sure that you don't abandon what it is that you've worked really hard to get to so far in favor of something that just looks like everybody's just having really massive success over there and you want a piece of that pie. So stay in your own lane. Oh, it's Harris. Hello, Harris. Rosemary, thank you. I'm glad that you've enjoyed it. Bernie says, how often should you engage with your email list? So this is that magic bullet question, isn't it? Everybody wants to know, how often should I be sending emails to my list? I tend to email once a week, and I would recommend that everybody emails at least once a week if you've got the bandwidth for it. And if you've got something to say, if you feel really uncomfortable with that, then you should definitely be emailing at least once a month, If possible, bring that down to once a fortnight. And then once you've really got into the groove with that, do it once a week. Now, the reason why weekly works, I think, is because you can set an expectation. So you can tell people, do you know what, I'm going to send you an email every Wednesday. And it might be a little bit of a roundup about stuff that I've put out this week, or it might be a little bit of inspiration, or it might be a story about what you've been doing and how it relates to your business. So you can make up your own rules, but once a week is going to get you in front of people and be a reminder that you can help them. they might not see it once a week, and that's why once a month becomes difficult, because everybody's inboxes are really, really busy. And so if you're only sending once a month, people are going to skip a few because they just don't see it, because it gets lost in the overwhelm of all the other stuff that's coming in. And then if you're providing something that they actually really need, they may have forgotten, if that's like 2 or 3 months gap, because they just have forgotten that you've landed in that inbox, or because they didn't see it, then they may go with somebody else if they're actually in the market for what it is that you are providing. So my recommendation would be once a week, if you possibly can. And for those of you who are super keen, go for twice a week. So maybe do something like a Wednesday and a Sunday, or a Monday and a Friday, or something that is going to just really give people some really close connection with you. But you've got to make sure that it's useful. You've got to lead with value, always, always, always. So if twice a week is like totally overboard for you, then just stick with what works for you, and fix up a schedule and then start bringing it down. So if once a month is all that you can face at the moment, go with once a month, but then set it in your sights to do it more regularly. Janet says, great advice, need to put the basics in place. Absolutely, Janet. So let me know if you need any help with that, because I've got some good stuff going on. Bernie says, I'll start with monthly. Yes, it's a good intention to start with monthly, especially if you haven't done anything yet. And please keep in mind, when you are emailing your list, these are real people. They are human beings on the other side who are receiving your emails into their inbox. So even if you only have 3 people on your list at the moment, treat them as real people and put all of your love and care and attention into those 3 people, as much as you would if you were emailing it to 3,000 people. So it will really, really serve you well. And a small list can be a mighty list. So even if you don't have many people on it yet, it can really, really work wonders for you if you nurture them and you provide value. Jackie says, lead with value. I like that. So absolutely, 100%. That's with everything that we do. That's not just with your emails. That's with all of your communications. It's with all of your Facebook Lives that you do. I would like to think that you guys feel like you get some value out of these weekly Facebook Lives. And that's why I do them, because I don't do them because I love getting in front of camera. I do it because I actually want to be sharing something with you that I think is going to help you grow your businesses and have a more robust, scalable business in the long run. Bernie, you are so welcome. Okay, that is it from me. Please drop me a line with the word website if you feel like you would like to try out my my new website course, which is starting at the end of this month. Or if you need to get your funnel up and running, then jump into my inbox with the word funnel, and I will send you some details about the next funnel experience, which is starting in about 4 weeks' time. I've had such great feedback from the people who are doing it at the moment. In fact, Liz posted something on one of my posts yesterday about how much progress she was making with her funnel, and that just like makes my heart sing. So I would love that for you as well. And so please just drop me a line if you feel like you could benefit from either of those programs. That's it from me. Thank you so much. I will be here for Website Wednesday at the same time next week. Have a wonderful week.